How well do you know the person sleeping next to you? A housewarming gift just revealed the terrifying truth about my husband's plan. The moment I slid the flash drive into my laptop, the world as I knew it tilted on its axis. The video opened with a shaky frame, a dim corridor, and my husband's voice cutting through the silence. Did she leave already? Then came a woman's soft laugh. Too intimate, too comfortable. My pulse spiked instantly. I didn't even understand the context yet, but my body seemed to know before I did. A moment later, the screen brightened, revealing a door I recognized with sickening certainty. Our newly purchased apartment. My name is Arya, 28. And just 3 days ago, my husband and I hosted the grand housewarming we'd been planning for months. People toasted to our perfect life, our fresh start, our dream home. If only they knew. This morning, while unpacking gift bags and sorting through cards, I found it. A small silver flash drive taped to a note written in hurried handwriting. Watch this while your husband is at work, and then you'll understand why he rushed to buy the apartment. I rolled my eyes at first. Probably a joke, a jealous friend, someone trying to stir drama. But the message gnawed at me until I finally plugged it in. The recording showed my husband entering the apartment 2 weeks before we even signed the papers, with a woman whose outline made my stomach coil tight. Then the camera moved closer, clearer, and I finally saw her face. God, I knew her. Not as a friend. That would have been merciful. No, she was worse. Mara. My husband's colleague. The one he claimed only talked to him about work deadlines and marketing strategies. The woman who always lingered too close during office dinners, whose perfume clung to his clothes long after he got home. The same woman he swore I was overthinking. Seeing her step into our apartment before it was even ours felt like a punch between my ribs. But it wasn't just betrayal. It was planning. It was coordination. It was intent. I paused the video, my hands trembling. My mind raced back to the past 6 months. His sudden overtime, the secretive phone calls, the way he'd rushed to silence notifications, the insistence that we needed a bigger place quickly. As if someone was chasing us. Or maybe he was chasing something else. The more I replayed conversations in my head, the more the cracks spread. The way he accused me of being too sensitive. The way Mara's eyes followed him like she owned a piece of him. The way he laughed a little too loudly at her jokes, like he was letting her in on something I wasn't allowed to know. I pressed play again. Mara walked further inside, smiling at him. He closed the door behind them and locked it. The moment he locked that door, something inside me twisted. Not just in pain, but in recognition. I had felt that lock before. Not physically, but emotionally. Every time he shut me out with a casual lie. Every time he dismissed a concern with, "Arya, you're imagining things." Every time he made me doubt what my own eyes saw. On the video, Mara walked straight to the living room, the same place where during the housewarming she hugged me a little too tightly and whispered, "You're lucky. He's a catch." Now, I understood the smug little smile beneath her words. They moved around the apartment like they'd been there a dozen times. Comfortable, practiced, routine. My heart hammered as I watched him pick up a set of keys from the kitchen counter, a full week before he claimed the realtor gave them to him. Then came the part that crushed me more than anything. He leaned against the counter the same way he leans when he talks to me, except his eyes were softer, warmer. He reached out, tucked a strand of Mara's hair behind her ear, and said, "Just a little longer. She won't suspect a thing." I swear the room around me froze. Because in that moment, I realized this wasn't an affair. It was a plan. I pressed play again, breath shallow, bracing myself. But nothing prepared me for what came next. The camera angle shifted, as if whoever recorded this wanted me to see everything. Mara walked toward the bedroom, our bedroom, laughing as she opened the door. My husband followed, unbuttoning his shirt, saying, "Once the apartment is under her name, we're set. She'll never know what hit her." My vision blurred. I had to grip the table to stay upright. Then Mara's voice, dripping with mockery, "Poor Arya. Did she really think you bought this place for her?" He laughed. Actually laughed. The same warm, gentle laugh he used on me when he surprised me with flowers. Then he added, almost proudly, "She was the easiest part of this. She trusts too much." Something shattered inside me. Not my heart, not my hope. Something deeper. The video kept going, each second more humiliating than the last. They touched the mirror I chose, commented on how her taste is boring, and lay on the bed we had just slept on during our first night in the apartment. But the final blow was crueler than anything else. Mara picked up my framed photo from the nightstand and said, "Let's get rid of this. She won't need it where she's going." The video cut to black. My hands went cold, because that last line felt like a threat. For a long moment, I didn't move, didn't breathe, didn't think. The kind of stillness that happens right before a storm decides which direction to break. My husband hadn't just betrayed me. He and Mara were planning something bigger. Something that involved the apartment, paperwork, my name, and God knows what else. And the note on the flash drive, then you'll understand why he was in such a hurry to buy the apartment. It wasn't warning me about an affair. It was warning me about a scheme. I let myself feel everything, the humiliation, the rage, the grief, until it sharpened into something cleaner, colder. A clarity I'd never felt before. If he thought I was easy, if he thought I trusted too much, if he thought I wouldn't notice, he didn't know me at all. I opened our filing cabinet. Every document we owned was in there. Mortgage papers, insurance, bank statements. I scanned for discrepancies. And it didn't take long. There it was. An unsigned amendment form that would quietly transfer financial liabilities to me if anything happened to him. A setup. A trap. A future where I would be left holding the debt and the blame. My hands stopped shaking. Because now I knew exactly how to destroy them. Legally, surgically, beautifully. And step one was going to hurt him more than he ever imagined. I started with silence, the kind that unnerves guilty people. I acted normal that evening. Cooked dinner. Asked about his day. Even smiled when he kissed my forehead. He didn't notice the way I watched him, memorizing every lie he rehearsed. Mara texted him twice during dinner. He flipped his phone face down each time, murmuring, "Work stuff." I almost laughed. Meanwhile, my revenge was already in motion. That morning, I visited a lawyer privately. I brought the flash drive, the forged documents, and a list of suspicious bank transfers I'd uncovered. The lawyer didn't blink. "Mrs. Arya, this isn't infidelity. This is premeditated financial entrapment." Exactly what I needed documented. Next, I contacted the real estate agent. She still had the entry logs. When she showed me the dates my husband accessed the apartment before the purchase, her eyebrows shot up. Was someone with him? I asked softly. The agent hesitated, then nodded. Perfect. Another witness. By the time I returned home, everything was ready. A legal net so tight he wouldn't slip through a single thread. That night, while he showered, I placed a manila envelope on his pillow. Inside, copies of the lawyer's report, the entry logs, a screenshot of his transfer attempts, and a note, "I'm not as easy as you thought." I sat in the living room, waiting for him to find it. The moment he stepped out of the shower, I heard the soft, confused rustle of the envelope. Then silence. A long, heavy silence, the kind that tells you a man just watched his life tilt off its axis. "Arya, what is this?" His voice wasn't angry. It was terrified. I didn't rush. I didn't look up at him immediately. I let him stand there, dripping water onto the floor, gripping the papers with shaking hands. "You went behind my back," he stammered. I met his eyes finally. "No, Daniel. You did." His face twisted. Guilt first, then panic, then the desperate scramble of a man losing control. "Arya, listen. It's not what you think." "It's exactly what I think," I cut in calmly. "You and Mara planned to trap me financially. You accessed the apartment before we bought it. You forged documents. You lied repeatedly." He stepped forward, pleading. "Now, Arya, please. I can explain everything. You can't leave. Not like this." "Oh, I'm not leaving," I said softly. "You are." Confusion flickered. "What?" I gestured toward the front door. Two uniformed officers stood outside, waiting. My lawyer had arranged everything. Documentation, evidence, timing. "This," I whispered, "is the part where you face consequences." His face drained of color. Because for the first time, he understood he had lost. Daniel's knees almost buckled when the officers stepped inside. One of them read him his rights while the other handed me a copy of the report confirming the charges: fraud, attempted coercion, and premeditated financial entrapment. Mara was named in the documents too. She would be arrested next. Daniel turned to me, eyes bloodshot, voice breaking. "Arya, please don't do this. I love you." She meant nothing. "That's the tragedy," I replied. "You didn't betray me for love. You betrayed me for money." As they escorted him toward the door, he looked back one last time. Not angry, not arrogant. Hollow. The kind of hollow that comes when a man realizes he gambled everything on the belief that his wife was weak. He lost that bet. But the twist came the next morning. A second flash drive arrived at my doorstep in an unmarked envelope. Curious and cautious, I plugged it in. A new video played. The same hallway as before. The same angle. But this time, the camera turned, revealing the person recording everything. Mara's fiancé. A man I never knew existed. His voice came through, calm and icy. "I thought you deserved the truth before I ruined them both. Consider this my thanks for finishing what I started." I closed the laptop slowly, feeling the last weight lift off my chest. Justice wasn't just mine. It was shared. And for the first time in months, I finally breathed freely. If someone had told me a flash drive would expose my husband's darkest secrets, I would have laughed. But now I know the truth, and justice has never tasted so sweet. Thank you for watching my story.